This week we're going to take a look at the USDA monthly supply demand report. We're also going to take an updated look at the pace of U.S. export sales and shipments of corn. And then we're going to zero in and focus on that second season corn planting progress in Brazil. Hi, this is Brian Basting with Advanced Trading. Let's talk about the corn market. Well, there's a lot going on, so let's get right to it. The USDA this week released their monthly supply demand report. Let's take a look at those numbers. There's a lot of numbers here covering several crops. What we're going to do is highlight corn. Starting out on that carryout estimate of 1.502 billion bushels here in March. Notice that was unchanged from last month. The trade was expecting a slight decrease down to 1.460. However, it's important to note that the 1.502 number is well within that range of estimates that the trade was looking for. Looking at South America, no change in those numbers compared to last month, either for Brazil or Argentina corn. The month of March, however, will be a critical month, particularly for Argentina corn. Moving on now, looking at China, no changes there. 24 million tons on the import estimate for China for this 2020-21 crop year. Let's move on now and focus on the export picture for U.S. corn. We're going to start out here, as usual, looking at the level of unshipped U.S. corn export sales. Notice that red line is edging down a little bit. We're starting to see weekly shipments ramp up here, 60, 70 million bushels per week, and we're nowhere close to selling that much. In fact, we had a marketing year low in the total amount of sales for the latest week. However, we're still looking at a record level here. A big driving force behind that, of course, as we've highlighted, is the 459 million bushel increase in the amount of corn on the books to China. We're going to come back to that in a minute. It's something to keep in mind. Now we're going to zero in and look at the actual total sales to date for U.S. corn. And we're looking at a total of 2.328 billion bushels here for 2020-21. Now we're looking at that being 89.5% of the USDA's 2.6 billion bushel forecast. No change in the USDA forecast this month. So that's a very strong number. It does place tremendous emphasis on that double crop or second season corn in Brazil. But there's a yellow flag, as we highlighted last week, and we're going to keep coming back to this. ASF numbers are increasing in China. It's not near the catastrophic situation it was 3 years ago, but it could be a wild card to watch moving forward. Let's move on now and focus on second season corn planting in Brazil. Now these are the primary areas that we highlight here, the main states. Looking now at the planting progress specifically in Mato Grosso. Mato Grosso is only 73% planted. Notice on average they're at 91%. So we're looking at a slow pace of planting caused by wet conditions. The interesting thing is that typically now moisture declines here in March, as we see, and then looking forward into April and April, May, and June. Notice how that moisture really falls down quite precipitously. So here's the key. If you're planting corn here in middle of March and it's going to dry up by the 1st of May, we could have some pollination issues going forward. Something to keep an eye on. So let's take a look at that short-term weather for Brazil. Our slides, as usual, are courtesy of T-Storm Weather. And we're zeroing in again on Brazil here the next 14 days. Notice across those northern areas where they're struggling to plant that corn, it's forecast to be wet. So really that planting window will be closed by the middle of March. You simply can't plant corn in Brazil past the middle of March and expect to get a decent yield. So again, highlighting here 73% planted in Mato Grosso. Paraná is only 28% planted versus 65% last year. So some real struggles going on. Wrapping things up here, we're looking at the next 14 days. Really kind of a normal amount of precip over those areas. So really, as they struggle to get these last few acres in, it's really going to be a wet stop and go situation. So the market's going to be watching that very closely. Let's wrap things up briefly looking at December corn futures. Notice that we're looking at a price now for December corn futures this week, making a contract high. We're looking at the highest price since February of 2013 for December corn. So we strongly encourage you to continue to work closely with your trusted risk management advisor to manage not only old crop bushels, but also your projected 2021 crop. Now, if you'd like more information, please feel free to contact us at 800-664-2321. We'll put you in contact with one of our risk management consultants. We'll be happy to visit with you at your convenience. And remember, we upload every Wednesday. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and never miss an upload. Thanks a lot. Have a good week.